right, we're down at Stahl's Automotive Museum in New Baltimore, Michigan for a look around and see what the exhibits are today. Alright, so when you come into Stahl's, there is a music component. They have a large collection of musical items here. Interesting. Light attached to a, what is it called? Oh boy, oh boy. I almost was able to speak without musical interruption. Maybe next time. Alright, now that that's over for a few minutes at least, let's take a look inside. We got the green light to come on in. And quite a bit of the collection is real antique. Very aged items in here. Alright, this is a 1904 Oldsmobile Model 6C. Curved dash runabout. Now that's, I guess, considered a dashboard. Not much instrumentation there.
Welcome.
Hi there.
First visitor?
No, many times, many times. Okay. Been here many times, thank you. Nice shirt. Alright, 1910 Buick Model F. Giant bicycle style wheels. Very, you sit high up there. Here's a Locomobile, 1909, 30L Speedster, super fast. Not too sure about that, but I'm sure fast enough. Now look at what you have here for a windshield. A little circle of glass. I don't know if you can even make that out. 1929 Durant Deluxe. Have you even heard of that make? Durant. And here's a 1914 Woods Mobilette. Talk about narrow gauge. That looks like it's about 3 feet wide at the most.
With the temperatures and so on, we had a few humidity problems, and this one had a... But I'll pull it back and you can
okay.
The engine, because it's kind of a unique engine for its time, 1921. Most of the people used the flathead with the flat cylinder head,
okay,
or an L head, or a T head, and that had a...
And what is the designation on this motor?
Pardon?
What is the designation of this motor?
Overhead valve.
Overhead valve.
Yeah. Now, I noticed you're giving some oral
yes,
accompaniment. This was the first one of the first overhead valve engines, and Chevrolet didn't really think there'd be that much friction with that. So they just put a couple of 1/4-inch holes in the top of the cylinder head, and they thought that would be good for lubrication. The problem was, after driving this for about 20 minutes with the hood closed, white smoke would start coming out of the louvers. So you had to pull over to the side of the road, take this oil can, and oil everything.
Interesting. That must have been fun. Yes.
And then the most common cylinder head at the time was that flathead that you see. It was also the cheapest. Okay. As you go down in the second row, you'll see some examples of what's called an L head, to where the exhaust and intake were on one side, and a T head, where the intake was on one side of the engine, the exhaust was on the other side of the engine.
Okay.
So you had a flathead, L head, T head.
With all the alphabet is there.
Yeah.
Very good, sir. Some nice neons there. car repairs, some gasoline tops, gasoline pump tops, Pennzoil, Pennsylvania favorite there, Sinclair gasoline, the old dinosaur. This is, I'm not sure really that's automotive. I thought that was an electric company thing. Oldsmobile and Richfield high octane gas. Look how tall this pump is. Might be, I don't know, about 15 feet tall or so. 1912 International Harvester delivery car. Later made pickup trucks that you might have seen. 50s, 60s, 70s. 1907 Rainier Model C. A lot of nameplates that are no longer around. Here is a Maxwell. Nice colors. Green with beige wheels. Beautiful. There's a Thomas Flyer Model M6-40. Very large cars. 1907 Pope Toledo Type 15 touring car. Can you imagine there were 14 earlier types on that? Toledo. Do not touch the Toledo. Nice Sunset gasoline topper there for that tank. Here's a nice Ford 1911 Ford Torpedo runabout. A make that everyone should be very familiar with. A 1913 American underslung Scout Type 22. The American. Believe it or not. Nice fenders. Electric cars of the 1800s. 1896, Roberts Electric.
This is the oldest electric car in existence, and in the 50s it was known as the oldest electric car.
Okay. Very nice. 1904 Winton Flyer. Apparently was in a movie that Steve McQueen was in back in the day. Ancient Times. Here's a 1926 Duesenberg with a super peculiar headlight assembly here. Interesting battleship gray paint. Very unique headlamps. Another name you probably never heard of. This is 1919 Meisenhelder Roadster. Who knows how many of these might be left in the world? Probably less than 10, I would imagine. 1947 Mercury half-ton pickup truck. The very familiar Ford pickups. That's a cousin to it. Nice Wurlitzer theater pipe organ there. Very ornate furniture here. 1934 Duesenberg Model J. Very elegant car. Luxury would be the order of the day here. Let's take a little look there and see. All right, we're here in February, very close to Valentine's Day. This is considered, at least temporarily, as the museum's Valentine's Day car. 1935 Brewster town car. I guess they picked it because the grill is somewhat in the shape of a heart. So if you're watching in the next few days when it's topical for being around Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to you. And how do you feel about that, sir? Ma'am, are you interested in that? Well, happy Valentine's Day to you anyway. Beautiful 1937 Cord S12 supercharged Sportsman. So much in the title. That's that really distinctive front end there. They don't make them like they used to. Oh, thank goodness for more crazy music. 1936 Auburn. 852. I guess that music was wonderful in its day. It's bombastic. Louder than most rock and roll. Anyway, here is a beautiful example of a 29 Ford Model A Speedster. You don't really see a lot of these either. Check out this front end. You got, I guess, some kind of marker light. It can't be a turn signal, but it's right there on the top of the grill, in the center. Nice pinstriping here. Very close together headlights. Race car of the day. Let's take a look at this. That is really interesting. That's a nice radiator cap, I believe. This could make 40 horsepower. Good horns. Number 29. Very nice, attractive car. Here's the Mysterion, the Big Daddy Roth car. It has twin engines there. 1962 vintage. Rat Fink here with his eyes bulging out. Beautiful yellow. '66 Shelby GT350. That was actually a car that you could rent from Hertz Car Rental. And there's the H for that. Unfortunately, that's upside down, but how about that? Hertz Car Club. Can you imagine? There probably wouldn't be that many interesting cars, but this certainly qualifies to be in that club. Pioneer. And there's a GT 500 Shelby. Cobra engine.
You know, Seamus earlier had that spray bottle.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe ask him.
The car was right here.
The days when you had reasonable door handles. Back to our regularly scheduled musical interruptions. 1934 Studebaker President Regal Roadster. That's got quite a connotation there. Sweet. 32 Nash Advanced 8 convertible. 34 LaSalle convertible coupe. Very nice. Luxury make. LAS. Nice hood ornament. Club is Cadillac LaSalle Club, founded in 1958. Very stately looking machine. 1935 Ford Model 48 Deluxe station wagon. Very sharp. 1936 Terraplane Deluxe Series 61. These things were so unique. Very cool. Another convertible. Basically the first minivan. It's not very high. It's a 1936 Stout Scarab. Wow, you even had a table in there. How about that? Nice clock over there. No, that's a speedometer right in the center of the dashboard. One of my favorite exhibits here at the museum is the 1940 Packard 120 station wagon. Even has basically a matching trailer. It's a Woody. Check out the hood ornament. Very distinctive. Very sharp. Actual wood. Beautiful two-piece split windshield. Clock over here for the passenger to check out the time. See how long it takes to get from place to place. Very spacious indeed. Pierce Arrow Travel Lodge. Fairly well decorated. Nice little washroom there. I think looks like he possibly could have taken a shower in there. There is a drain plug there. Some nice drawers for storage. Very cool. Little table here and seats in the back section with a Pierce Arrow sign, lit sign. Very cool. 1948 Chrysler Town and Country. Another Woody, although not a wagon. Take a look at that. Sort of uninspiring hood ornament, but very nice badge. Chrysler there. Single lamp. Town and Country. The wood, beautiful condition. Nice interior there. Looks like air vent right in the center. Nice Buick neon sign. 57 T-Bird convertible. 51 Hudson. Hornet 2. Beautiful jukebox. And one of my favorite cars is this 55 Oldsmobile Super 88. Wasn't here last time. They move things around from time to time, which is good for variety. It's definitely one of my favorite cars here at this fine museum. Oh, here we go again. Oh boy.
Thank you for joining us today.
Nice clock, Wurlitzer
We want to remind
neon.
you of our Tuesday talks.
Let's take a look inside the replica of a Bob's Big Boy restaurant. Beautiful checker floor. Beautiful Coke freezer. Nice booth.
We do have signs in front of those cars.
Cool jukeboxes. You could put a quarter or basically a dime back in the beginnings of this
We also have our photo
period of time.
Valentine's card.
Get some nice ice cream with your Bob's.
With the heart-shaped grill and click on it to your email.
If you come in here during Halloween, this guy usually has snakes in his hair. So I'm glad that's not the case today. Is that right, ma'am? You prefer your partner to not have snakes in his hair? Yeah? Not sure how good that looks, but it's better than nothing. Here is a Wurlitzer speaker, which is heavily influenced by roulette wheel stuff that you would find commonly at in Las Vegas. And that fine example of a jukebox, 1946 Wurlitzer model 1015, if you are familiar with those model designations. I am not. But very interesting working features here, the bubbling going on. Very nice. Push button selections. Prices ranged from a nickel to a quarter back then. Very cool. So you take a seat at the counter and order right from the order takers slash cashiers. They called them soda jerks back then. They could pull down a lever and dispense the soda from a machine looks like that. How long have you been here, sir? Long time, right? And there's some of the fine items offered by Big Boy restaurants. For breakfast, you had pancakes with peach, I believe, or apple slices, and you had some nice strawberry pie. Nice double burger. Some kind of sandwich, onion rings, Big Boy, and a Big Boy clock. Very nice. Blender for your shakes. Early Mustang that was involved in a Hemmings Motor News race in 1923, which went from St. Augustine, Florida to Colorado Springs, Colorado. So, put those miles on. The old 260 V8 engine. Talk about a small block. Nice Phillips 66 neon blinking. Kaiser Fraser. Classic barbershop pole.
Yeah. Now he's back
Very
in New York
ornate.
again.
Very patriotic too.
Well, they're on upstate. They're in Boulder.
Alright, here we have an Auburn, which we saw in Chicago late last year. That was displayed at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. This has a Duesenberg engine, and it's got 275 horsepower in there. And that sure is a massive looking motor, I'll say. Great neon there to celebrate the bicentennial of America. Very cool. A couple of really strange so-called race cars that were in movies. This one here, 1964 Hannibal 8 is what it's called. I can think of some nicer looks that this could have had if I had a movie about race cars. Look at the front of this car. Very unique indeed. I don't think I would want that on my car or to come in contact with that. How about you? Leave a comment below. Not any part of any kind of automobile, but some sort of vehicle is this Apollo 13 prop. Yeah. So Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise, Ed Harris. This looks like it was what these guys were trapped in, or the ones that actually went into orbit would be trapped in. The Leslie Special, another movie car with Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, and Natalie Wood. This was done in 1965. Leslie Special.
The week after or the day after. We'll do the hockey game.
Celebrity hockey game.
Beautiful VW bus with a trailer. Distinctive upper windows. One of the world's cooler vehicles. Front windshields pop out there for extra cooling. Slow school zone. Nice standard red crown gas tank, or pump rather. Nice top. 1948 Tucker sedan. Some say this is the finest remaining Tucker in existence. Not sure about that. Leave a comment below if you have any input to that discussion. It's green bench seat there. Nice Speedo. Split windshield. Plenty of room. Gas filler on the rear fender.
But he had put a helicopter air-cooled engine, modified, in water, got 166 horsepower. Now if you compare that to
Nice rendering of this car.
Their symbol is a symbol of safety. And great plans were made in the engineering department to make it the safest
Photo
car
of a pair of them in 2018.
Take a look at this sucker. It was doing over.
Nice display of hood ornaments, mostly. Nice color there. Here's the Chrysler turbine. Sort of looks like Ford Thunderbird from the front, or a Dodge Dart from that early 70s period, late 60s. Distinctive rear.
I wonder how his takeoff is.
Sounds a lot like a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, you don't see that every day. collection of spark plugs. Interesting back windows on this interesting vehicle. Little diamonds. And that is a Marmon. Nice Ford V8 sign. Another Kaiser Fraser sign. Goodwill used cars. And here's three more primitive early 1900s electric cars. I like the idea that you would have a chauffeur and the guy has to sit out in the elements. Uncivilized. This car does a little better job of that, being driven from inside the cabin. This one here is a 1912 Baker electric. You know, with these old cars from the early 1900s, you can imagine that if you know, you were an adult and you bought one of these back when it was new, that here it would sit over 100 years later in pristine condition while you were long since gone from the earth. It's kind of sad. How about that for a radiator cap or hood emblem on the Stutz 8, 1930. Distinctive for sure. Packard 745 hood emblem, very strange. Not sure, I guess it's supposed to be a woman sliding down some kind of an embankment. I'm not sure. What's your opinion? Take a look at this hood ornament on this Duesenberg. It is very sharp, and I mean literally sharp. Looks like a razor blade or a dagger. Super distinctive for sure. Hey, you would think there would be more traffic lights in here other than the one that you enter the hall to see. Super Test Wonder gasoline. I usually don't include nonsensical things in these videos because I just watched this cartoon as a young person and thought to myself, how primitive would you possibly get from what real cars even looked like in the 60s, and how silly this would be to actually stick your feet down and propel the car. Can't even do that with this one because it's a weird replica thing. It's basically like when your mom used to bake pies, she would use a roller and hold it between her left and right hand and flatten out the dough. 1938 Talbot Lago T120. Look at those little pieces of glass forming windshield. Little piece for the passenger and one for the driver. My 1928 Bentley, as I'm about to get drowned out once again. Wonderful. Tidal gasoline. That's a nice looking pump there. Did you know that Mack Truck actually started out apparently making pickup trucks? Here's a 1936 version. Model is 1M Junior pickup truck. And here's the Telltale famous Bulldog imagery. Mack Jr. Lots and lots of multi-million dollars worth of vehicles are in here. And it's quite a bit of opulence here.
Okay, we're going to get started on our talk of the history of Stahl. So if you want to make your way over to the 1930 Model A, and we will get started.
So many notable cars here. Which one is your favorite? Do you have any favorites? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it greatly if you could hit like, subscribe, and click for notifications of more such interesting content like this. Thank you for watching another Street Rodder King production. Very interesting gas can here. 10 gallons. Very nice, ornate looking. Everything was better back in the day. Today it's just a big plastic red blob. This is all metal. Chains on it. Nice welded handles to carry it by. Very cool stuff. 1954 Kaiser Darren sports car. Very distinctive front grille here. Nice wire wheels, white walls. Big feature here is the door does not swing out of the body. It slides in to the body. If you're going by on a bicycle or a motorcycle, you don't have anything to worry about. The old dinosaur Sinclair. Old air pump. Free air, I don't think they've heard of that here in Michigan. You ain't getting any free air pumps. The size of this massive organ from the back. Take a look at the front of it. It's about the size of a 2.5-story building. Incredible. I know you never heard of this one. This is a 1958 Zundap Janus. If you didn't hear me right, that's what it is. There's a single cylinder engine and the front end opens up. The front end is the door. Nice color. So you sit back to back with your passengers. Vent windows on both ends of the car. It's sort of basically, this is the back as you can tell by the tail light, but it's really essentially the same as the front end of the car. Just doesn't have the headlight. But that's the doors, the very back and the very front. That is unique. You do not see this every day. So if you guessed that the motor is in between the seats, it's kind of hard to see, but that's actually the single cylinder motor. So it'd be easy to access by just taking down the seat, and you got plenty of, you don't have to really contort yourself too much to access that. Believe it or not, in 1958, this car costed $3,163, according to the info here. That's kind of a lot of money for 1958. And when they acquired it here at this museum in 2018, I guess they paid $27,413. I mean, it's unique, but I can think of better ways to spend that kind of money on a car. Vintage slot machine items here. Back when a penny was of some value. And that's our look here at the Stahl Museum in New Baltimore, Michigan. Hope you enjoyed this trip.